closer to building your own personal sense of freedom. So I'm going to start this call first by telling you a little bit about me and how I came to be a Beachbody coach. So I'm going to kind of cut my story in half. I'm going to leave out the why part and just get into the Shakeology part. But I spent 10 years of my career doing pharmaceutical sales. So I sold medications for diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and antidepressants. I also sold antibiotics and stuff like that, but primarily for diabetes and depression. And initially it's a very lucrative and exciting job. You talk to doctors. You definitely have to know your stuff because you get into discussions over how things affect the body, and you can't just say something and hope that the doctor doesn't call you out on it. So I really liked that intellectual part of the job, and really learning just about the whole science behind the body and medicines and stuff like that. So with that being said, it grew to me, you spend a lot of downtime in these doctor's offices. So if any of you guys have ever been to the doctor's office and you're waiting like 45 minutes to an hour, and us little pharmaceutical reps come in with our little suits and bags, and we sit there too. And year after year after year, I started seeing, I called out endocrinologists, so those are specialists for diabetes, and I would see these poor people coming in, and any of you guys that have family members that have diabetes or any type of chronic illness that people just start to deteriorating over time, it's really sad. And I didn't become desensitized to it. I became more involved with it. And with diabetes, there's so many other comorbid things that happen, like amputations and blindness and heart disease, stroke, and end up on dialysis. And it's just a really sad progression. And you sit there in these doctor's offices and you see these people. And I remember like just one day looking in my bag and thinking, gosh, this product I have isn't really curing them. It's just kind of masking these symptoms and prolonging the inevitable. And gosh, if there was any way I could have got to that person 10 years ago and helped them just exercise a little more, change their diet. I mean, so many chronic diseases, even, primarily almost every chronic disease is preventable, or you could at least really slow it down just with better food choices and exercise. And so that really became a shift where I wanted to be not on the back end of disease and promoting something that masks symptoms, but on the front end of wellness and really helping people. So I eventually left pharmaceutical sales, which is another part of my story I'm not going to get into, but I started drinking Shakeology, and I had my third baby at the age of 37. I drank Shakeology for a year before I became a coach. So I'm one of those really annoying people that, my upline sponsor kept offering the coaching opportunity, and I was like, no, that's all right. I'm just going to stay a customer. But it finally took me a year to join. But when I joined, the aha moment for me was realizing how few people knew about Shakeology and how amazing this product is, that when I had that aha moment, I felt, you know what, this is my duty to get every single person I know drinking Shakeology. How do people not know about it? It's everything that's so easy. And I've researched it and understand it. I eventually got certified in nutrition, and it's just such a brilliant product. And I don't want you guys to think that you have to understand Shakeology the way I do at all. All you've got to do is just understand where it can help people, and that's what I'm going to teach you, are very basic ways to explain to people where it's going to fit into their life and create value. So when I started as a coach, I started in July of 2011. I think I hit Success Club 15 to 20 every single month, and I'm going to tell you, for 6 straight months from July to December, I sold nothing but Shakeology HD. We didn't have challenge packs then. So I just sold Shakeology HD hand over fist. I loved promoting it and teaching people about it. So I actually didn't sell my first fitness program until we came out with challenge packs in January. And then that made it really easy. So So that's a little bit about my business standpoint. So the reason why, obviously, I have a huge passion for Shakeology, but when you look at it from a business standpoint, there is no such thing as bad fitness, right? I mean, our products are great. Hands down, our products are amazing. But if someone, plays sports or they run or just maybe they need to start walking, there's no bad fitness. But on the contrary, there is bad nutrition. There are bad diets. And that's really where Shakeology fits into this whole thing, is this one simple little tool that I'm going to share with you guys, how it makes this whole thing so much easier. All right, so here we go. Where do I change my slides? All right, so it's all about creating value. All right, and value doesn't have to be real. And that's great, because all value has to be is perceived. So you guys as coaches just have to show where Shakeology fits into someone's lifestyle and why it's of value, right? Because if people see value, they will pay hand over fist for something. Why do people go out and spend $2,000 on a Gucci handbag when they can get one at Macy's for $50 that looks so similar, right? Same thing with these cars, right? People will spend tons of money on a Lexus when a Toyota is basically the exact same car, but they have a perceived value of luxury, that it's better, that it's more high end. So that's all you guys are going to be doing with Shakeology, and comparing it to other shakes on the market and showing where this luxurious item fits right into someone's lifestyle and is worth every single penny. Okay? So here's tip number one. Differentiate, okay? Shakeology is not a protein shake. And so many of your customers and people you talk to, in their mind, are thinking it's a protein shake. And I can understand why the general population thinks that, because protein shake has almost become synonymous with just a shake. They always say protein shake, right? All protein shakes are just protein. That's it. There's not vitamins, there's not it's just protein. Majority of people, especially in America, aren't protein deficient. I mean, we eat a ton of protein. We're not protein deficient. We're nutrient deficient. And that's where Shakeology is different. It's a nutrient dense meal replacement. So when you're doing your marketing or you're talking to people, when they say, it's a protein shake, you say, no, it's a meal replacement. It's not a protein shake. So being very clear to differentiate. And that's going to help you make comparisons with other shakes on the market that are protein shakes, because Shakeology is so much more, right? The second thing is it's not for weight loss. And again, this is so media driven, because I mean, all over TV, there's Slim Fast shakes and Jillian Michaels shakes and all these things, weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. Weight loss is a byproduct of good nutrition. You feed your body right, you give it the right stuff, and I promise you'll be able to eat less, feel better, have more energy, run more efficiently, and lose weight. So here's the problem when you guys market it just as weight loss. Number one, you're limiting your market. Not everybody needs to lose weight. Everybody needs to be healthier and have nutrients in their body, right? So, I mean, you look at these guys that do steroids, or, so many women that take diet pills and all, they eat all these pills so that it suppresses their appetite, or people that smoke, right? They're all thin. Oh, I don't need that shake stuff. I don't need to lose weight. But they're all nutrient deficient. They all need Shakeology. So it's not about weight loss. Here's the other problem when you promote it just as weight loss. So you've got these challengers, right? They lose weight. Then what? I don't need your shake anymore. I've lost my weight. Well, now you've lost that customer. So when you promote it just as weight loss, you kind of back yourself into a corner and pigeonhole your market. Okay? So my first tip is to differentiate that it's not for weight loss. This is for nutrition. And I'm going to tell you how the nutrition piece fits in a moment. And it's not a protein shake. It's a nutrient-dense meal replacement. Okay, so this is the part where I want you guys to just sit back and listen, okay? You can screenshot this if you want, but this is exactly what I say to every single customer that I talk to. and how I start building the value behind Shakeology. So sit back and listen to this part. So here's my second tip is I share the diet cycle. And I said, you know what, Emily, you've told me a little bit about your day and you've told me, what your goals are and what you typically eat and blah, blah, blah. I'll kind of summarize what they've told me. I said, you've dieted in the past. Tell me if this sounds familiar to you, this cycle. So I say, okay, we start our diet. We're gung-ho. We got everything written out. We know what we're going to do and our fitness program, and our meals are all planned out, and off we go. Boom, we're dieting. And the first 4 or 5 days, of course, you lose a few pounds pretty quickly those first few days, and you've cut your calories down, and you're adding exercise, and you're off to a good start. But then around 10 to 14 days, that's where the nutrient deficient kicks in, because you guys have heard of the RDA, right? So the RDA is the recommended daily allowance. So if you flip something over on the back, and it says recommended daily allowance on a 2,000 calorie a day diet, right? Well, if you're dieting, you're not even getting the 2,000 calories. You're cutting it down to maybe 1,200, 1,500. On top of that, you're exercising. It's almost impossible to cut your calories without subsequently cutting your volume of nutrients. And that's where people fail, because around 10 to 14 days, it catches up with them. The nutrient deficiency, their body is screaming for more nutrients. And that comes across in our mind and our body as cravings. All cravings are the body's way of saying, I need more X, Y, and Z. And they're tired because they're trying to do more with less nutrition. And they're irritable, they're grouchy, and they don't feel real good. And that's where this blue face comes in, where now everything smells really good and they're irritable and they're like, they're 2 weeks into it and they're like, this kind of sucks. I'm not having any fun. I'm tired. I feel miserable. And they go out and their friends are all eating chicken wings and pizza and they're like, to heck with this. I'm eating that because I'm miserable and I deserve it. And they gorge on food and then they feel guilty. They're like, I suck. This is what happens to me every time. I do so great and I feel crappy and then I give in and I'll start next Monday, right? I'll share the slides later. That's the typical cycle. So when I share that cycle with Emily while I'm talking to her on the phone, she's like nodding her head like, yes, that's the story of my life. This is why people go into that cycle. It's because they're nutrient deficient. If your body's getting all the nutrients, your cravings go away, you have more energy, you feel better, and you do more, and your body recovers more. So weight loss becomes a byproduct of good nutrition, right? That's it. But we're doing it backwards. We cut all the calories, we cut out our nutrition, ask our body to do more, and wonder why we feel miserable. No one's going to stick with something they feel miserable doing, right? Emily? And Emily's on the other line going, yes, yes. Well, guess what I have for you, right? And this is where I position Shakeology. So I say this literally with every single customer I talk to. I will talk to a customer for 30 to 40 minutes before I even get into selling them anything. I share with them and relate to them on something they've experienced their entire life. And I have the solution. Okay, so these are your key steps, guys. These are signs of people that are nutrient deficient, and it's pretty much everybody, because even in a perfect world, if you're eating great, you're still not able to get all the vitamins and nutrients your body needs, which I'm going to get to in another slide. Okay, so this is great. These are the words you want to have like radar out for. Oh, I have such bad cravings. I just have a hard time concentrating. I'm in a mental fog. I'm just tired. I'm irritable. All of these words should be like sirens in your head that person's nutrient deficient. And you can talk about that. You know what? Those are very normal feelings when you're not getting the amount of nutrition that your body needs. And you share with them, how can you cut your calories without cutting out your nutrients? So these are the buzzwords. If you're sitting at a ball game watching your son play t-ball and the lady next to you just talks about how she can't diet because she just has uncontrollable cravings, that's a great segue. Okay, those are your buzzwords. All right, so this I have to give 100% credit to David Ingram because I've been selling Shakeology this way since the beginning of time, my time. But this is from the Journal of American Medicine, and coming from a pharmaceutical rep, JAMA is the cream of the crop, most credible medical journal out there. And Dave Ingram found this in JAMA, and I want to share it with you guys because this really drives home everything I just taught you, that this isn't something I'm making up, okay? And when you think about how important getting all the nutrition your body needs is, you'll realize that this is the best way to explain it to people. Okay, so I'm going to read here and then kind of paraphrase. 100% sufficiency was possible with all the macronutrients, 27 macronutrients that people need, only when the daily calorie intake averaged 27,000 calories. At 27,000 calories, people were able to finally hit that mark for all the nutrition that they needed for the day. Okay, well, that's an extreme calorie requirement. So it's basically impossible to sustain getting all the nutrition that your body needs. Then when you consider diet plans with whole food alone, so people will say, oh, well, I'll just eat clean, I'll eat healthy, I don't need Shakeology. People were deficient 56%, still nutrient deficient, more than half nutrient deficient, right? Just eating whole foods. So it goes to show, yeah, can you lose weight without Shakeology? Yes, you can eat whole foods, but you're still going to be nutrient deficient and not feel that great and set yourself up for failure, right? Shakeology just makes the whole process easier. It's not magic. It just makes it easier because it gives you an entire day's worth of nutrition for 180 calories. How brilliant is that? So you're able to cut your calories really low without sacrificing those nutrients, okay? Even people who ate 5 daily servings of fruits and vegetables did not get enough vitamins for optimal health, even with all of that, right? So when we talk about disease and my passion for treating disease and prevention, this really drives it home. Long-term, how important it is that people are drinking Shakeology every single day. Deficiency has been shown to cause an 80% increase in the likelihood of becoming overweight or obese, and significantly linked to higher risks of other dangerous and debilitating diseases, including resistance to infection, birth defects, cancer, cardiovascular disease, and osteoporosis, right? Obesity, and then with obesity comes a whole slew of other diseases, all because people aren't getting the proper nutrition. Do you guys see now why it's so important people drink Shakeology every day? Because even in a perfect world with perfect eating, people aren't getting all the nutrients their body needs. So yes, you can lose weight without Shakeology, Emily, but why would you make it so hard on yourself when you can drink 1 shake a day that's going to replace a meal you'd already be buying and getting an entire day's worth of whole food nutrition? It just makes the whole process easier, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, what is it? Is it like $8 to $10 a day? How much does this stuff cost? Nope, it's just $4. So that is how I leverage it, and I show people they emotionally are connected to their failures in dieting. I teach them why they're not failures. It's just because they're nutrient deficient, and say, you know what? That's where Shakeology is great, because it's giving you the equivalent of 5 plates of salad in one small, low-calorie way so that you're able to lose weight and feel great, right? So I posted this on my timeline yesterday. I sold 2 challenge packs from this post. But this drives home my point, guys. So these were 2 challengers in my current group. And look, if you read it, I have more energy, which is amazing. I'm a full-time night nurse and mom of 3. 0 cravings for the crap food I used to live on. Clear complexion, regular GI system, and I'm weaning off my Prozac, right? And then the other girls, I've lost 30 pounds. I feel incredible. This is why we're successful. When people drink Shakeology, they feel better, and their body starts to heal and they feel better. So they're going to lose weight and stick with this every single day. Those cravings didn't go away by magic. It's just good nutrition. Okay, so what are the benefits, Emily, for you drinking Shakeology? It's so easy. It's not like you've got to do all this food prep. It's like Fast food sitting right there on your counter. You can take it to work in the package. You can travel with it. It's so easy, right? But shouldn't I just eat whole food and eat salads? I mean, people say that whole food's the best. Absolutely. Here's the thing. Shakeology is a whole food. It's basically just dry. It's like dry juicing, right? If you took everything you did while you were juicing and dried it out, that's what Shakeology is. Plus, it's a vitamin and the equivalent of 5 plates of salad. Shakeology is going to cover your basic nutrition needs so you feel better, you have more energy, you recover from those workouts better, you have less cravings, and your body repairs itself faster. And when you do that, you're going to lose weight and you're going to feel great and you're going to stick with this. So, and here's the last benefit. It's flexible in calories, so it meets everybody's needs. So remember I said a couple slides ago, don't pigeonhole it for weight loss. Because the basis is nutrition, you can give it to children. You can give children a third of a scoop. I go through 5 bags a month. I'm a family of 5 because I give it to my kids because they're kids. And yeah, they want chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese. I'm certified in nutrition and I still don't eat a perfect, get all my nutrients in every single day. And my husband does 2 shakes a day. And here's the thing, like for guys, he builds, so he does Body Beast. He makes his shake 500 to 600 calories. And that's important because like you think of people who are on Ensure. This is so much healthier than Ensure. It gives those elderly people everything they need. Pediasure, same thing. It fits every single niche, whether they want to maintain, lose, or gain. Shakeology is adjustable. So now you're not eliminating your audience. It's for everybody. Okay. Starting people right and how this applies to your business. Okay. So your coaches, your downline, they're going to do what you do. Period, right? It's all about duplication. We hear that all the time. So I bring this up because I get a lot of coaches that private message me and they're like, hey, will you help me with Shakeology? Help me leverage it, such and such. And I'll say to them, okay, tell me what it was about Shakeology that impressed you. Like, what did your person say, your sponsor say to you? And I'll tell you, I get a lot of people that will say, well, when I was a customer, they said I just needed it to be in their challenge group and then I could cancel it after that. Or I'll have coaches say, well, my coach just told me to buy the challenge pack, get the packets, and turn around and sell the packets as cleanses. So here are all these coaches that still don't know how to promote Shakeology. They still don't know what a gift they have. And all they're duplicating is just more shallow business foundations, right? So imagine if you just took a step back, like I did with Emily, and showed Emily where it fits in. 70% of diamond coaches start off as customers. So that customer now sees the value. They feel the difference. Then they become a coach. What do you think Emily's going to do when she becomes a coach? She's going to duplicate exactly what I've done with her and teach more people, right? Or is she going to duplicate that it's just about the Success Club points and just cancel it in 30 days? When that happens, if as a leader, you look long-term in your business, do you want a team with the majority of those people that believe in Shakeology, so you're not chasing inactive and active coaches all the time and trying to fill holes and sell cleanses and all this craziness? Or you just take a step back, spend 30 minutes to 45 minutes with someone teaching them on the front end so that on the back end they stay on this product, see the value, then they get their whole family on this product and they duplicate that with their future downline, right? So imagine if Beachbody set it up to where you weren't just paid off Success Club points for new customers, but that you had to keep those people on Shakeology long term. You would probably set your business up a little differently on the front end. Why not do that anyway and create yourself less work and a more powerful duplication on the back end? So instilling belief and confidence in promoting Shakeology, and it's really such a simple way to do it. And you want to come across intelligent in describing simple benefits on how it's going to fit into someone's lifestyle. You'll earn long-term customers, which are going to give you long-term active coaches. So it's worth it to take the time on the front end to do it right, and then duplicate success. I will say that I'm 9-star right now. I'm 11 total. Knock on wood, I've not had any of my coaches drop. I don't have to worry about inactive and falling and jumping in all my ranks because they start with Shakeology. They position Shakeology strong on the front end, so they're not chasing active coaches on the back end. Okay, so these are my tips for packets and price. Don't call them samples. Get the word out of your head, because samples denotes free, and anything that's free we don't value, right? People, if they're not willing to give $5 for one packet, good luck getting them to spend $130. So if I've just talked to Emily and she's like, you know what, I'm not ready to buy a whole bag. Do you have a couple samples I can try? I'll say, you know what, Emily, I've got individual serving packets. They're $5 each. How many would you like? I really would recommend you do at least 4 or 5 so you can start feeling the difference that Shakeology is going to give you. That's exactly how I say it. You don't have to make excuses on why you're selling them or call them packets. They're $5 each. How many would you like? And really do 4 or 5, because you know they're going to mess the first couple up. Set the stage for success on what it's going to feel like. Okay. Now, again, back from my pharma days, and I can speak for the average American is used to a quick fix. They have a headache, they take a pill. They have blood pressure, they take a pill. Everything is like works within 20 minutes, right? Shakeology doesn't work like that. It works on a cellular level. It's much slower. And it's going to take 4 or 5 days for the digestive enzymes to work through the body. Emily, it's going to work through your body. And after day 4 or 5, once your digestive system has been primed, then it's really going to absorb all those nutrients, and you're going to feel this shift. And it's not a shift like you drank a Red Bull or did a shot of E&E and you have energy. It's a shift like a very rested energy. Like, I had a really good night's sleep last night. I feel good. That's the shift. And it takes about 4 to 5 days for that to happen. So I would really love for you to at least try 4 or 5 consistent days on Shakeology so you get to experience that. Set them up. Tell them exactly what to expect so they don't drink one shake and are expecting like stars and weight loss. Okay. Show them how to make it. In the beginning, I had a script and I would send people the script. I have a video now and I send them a video on how to make it. So I have one for all of my favorite flavors and I send them that. Makes it easy and it's duplicatable and they don't screw it up because most people make it too thick. Okay, following up. This is key because if they've made it wrong, if they've made it with dairy milk and not almond milk, and they are mildly lactose intolerant and don't even know it, they're going to blame any upset stomach, any gas, any digestive weirdness on Shakeology. And so following up is huge to make sure that they're not feeling anything out of the ordinary and blaming it on the shake. Or if they are, you can manage it. So follow up is key. Okay, price. So when people are like, so how much is it? I never say it's $129. I say it's $4 a day. And I usually say that at the end where I say, it's replacing a meal, it's all of your vitamins, plus it's got these superfoods in it, so it's going to make you feel really good. And I say, and you know what? It's only $4 a day. And it's replacing a meal that you're already buying. So you're not even, it's like just fits into your budget. It's not extra. And they're like, wow, so 40, and I go, well, here's the better thing. It comes in a bag of 30. So obviously you don't typically go to the grocery store and buy 30 bags of something or 30 meals. You usually buy 3 or 4. You're going to get all 30, so you don't have to worry about it. It's so easy. It's going to be on your counter ready to go. So it's super easy, and you're getting all 30 meals at once for $4 a day. So now they're doing the math in their head. They're like, so how much is it? $129, right? Oh, right? But that's over 30 meals. You know what, Emily? Let me ask you this. You've been dieting before and this and that. When you buy a salad at a restaurant, say Chick-fil-A, or you're making a salad at home, right? What would you spend on average for a healthy meal while you're dieting per meal, right? They're going to tell you between $3 and $7 on average. It's going to be anywhere between $3 and $7. That's right. Yeah, that's about what I spend. If it's less than that, great. But on average, it's going to be between $3 and $7. Well, doesn't Shakeology fit right in on the low end of average? Plus it's all your vitamins, right? So that's how I address price, and getting them to admit what they spend on average will help you leverage where you want to show Shakeology's on the low end of that. So I tell them, you're replacing something you're already buying. So I deduct it from my grocery budget. I go through 4 to 5 bags a month because my entire family drinks it and needs it. Why would I take all the nutrients and let my family not get it? So when I say it that way, they're like, wow, okay, yeah, it isn't just about me. This is like more about a family movement. Okay, sometimes I go here if I get excuses, right? So this is a story I sometimes paint. So Emily will say, you know what? I don't have the money. I'm just going to, do my own thing and just see what happens. And I'm like, okay, well, you've tried that in the past, and I understand you want to give it another go. But let me give this perspective to you. If your child was sick and you took your child to the doctor and that doctor said, Emily, your baby needs to be put on a special diet, or needs a special therapy, or needs these tests done, or needs whatever it is, how important would it be to you to make sure that they got exactly what they needed? Probably 100%, right? On a scale from 1 to 10, 11, right? For your child. Why aren't you that important? Because you're the one taking care of that child. Why would you chintz and hold back on something so important than feeding your body with the nutrients that it needs to help you feel better and get you the results that you want and give you more energy to be with your children and do things that you want to do? Why is your child worth it and you aren't? And I'll sometimes flat out say that to people, and they'll be like, you're right. And they get tearful sometimes, and they're like, you're right. I put everybody first, and I need to do this for myself. So I don't always go here, but I go here if it's a situation where I feel like they just are putting everybody before them and they're not worth the investment. So I'm going to shift to comparisons. Comparisons are really easy, and I'm not going to sit here and make a list of Vega One and Body by Bye and all these other things. These are the only things you need to know, and there's a lot of other things, but these are the main 3. If a shake, look at the ingredients section on the back. And if it has any of these 3 ingredients, it's horrible. There's a lot more, but mainly these 3. If it's got soy is made super, super cheap, and companies put it in a lot of their shakes because they can sell it for a huge profit margin. And soy has been shown to interrupt digestion, lower the immune system, affect your thyroid, affect mental cognition, and affect reproduction. Okay, should not be in a health shake. It's a very highly profitable filler that the companies put in shakes. Artificial sweeteners. This is another one where it's only so many calories and this and that. The sweetener in Shakeology is stevia, literally from the plant, from the leaf. It's natural. But artificial sweeteners, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of studies that show they actually stimulate the appetite because it raises the insulin levels, but yet there's no calories to go with it. So you have all this extra insulin running around your body, which will stimulate your appetite and increase your carbohydrate cravings. And artificial sweeteners have been proven in hundreds of studies to increase fat storage. So here everybody's thinking they're cheating the system with the Splenda and the NutraSweet and all of that, and they're actually making it harder on themselves. And let's not forget to mention that it's also a cancer-causing agent long term. So if something has artificial sweeteners in it, they're better off just doing something with the real thing. And it should not be in a, quote, health shake. The last thing are artificial flavors, and a lot of companies will do this to make it taste sexy. So you get that pop, that dazzle when you drink it, like, oh, that tastes so amazing. That strawberry was just... But half of us don't realize what real flavors actually taste like. So it's done us a disservice because we think natural food is boring. But our taste buds can be retrained. And that's where somebody drinks Shakeology 3 or 4 days in a row and they start eating clean, they'll really notice how great food tastes. If any of you guys have done the reset, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, things taste amazing. But this is what artificial flavors do to your body. They're directly linked with ADD. So you have all these kids with eating all these, these things with artificial flavors, and they're hyperactive, and then we give them Ritalin. It's linked to causing asthma and worsening asthma, causing headaches, and affecting your thyroid. Okay, so all you guys have to do, you don't have to know about all these different comparisons. Just flip it over when someone says, "Oh, I'm doing such and such," and see if it has any of these. Shakeology doesn't have any of these. And I'm going to tell you, pretty much every single shake on the market has these 3 things. So makes it super easy. You guys don't have to be experts on everything. Just look for these 3 things. So the benefits of the superfoods, and I sometimes hear coaches like kind of say, well, you don't need to know all the superfoods and da-da-da-da. And you don't. I do, because they fascinate me, but you don't. And your customers don't. I rarely get into superfoods with people because it's over their head and you start sounding like you should be wearing Birkenstocks and hanging off a tree. So it's best not to even go there. But this is what you can share about superfoods that makes it super simple and creates value to your people, okay? 3 points. The superfoods in Shakeology, Emily, let me tell you, you don't have to understand what they do, but let me tell you what they're going to do for you. Number 1, they're going to strengthen your immune system, which means you're not going to get sick as much. And if you do get sick, it's going to be less duration. And I'm going to tell you, since I've been drinking Shakeology every day, I rarely get sick. And I've got 3 kids that are in and out of all different types of activities and surrounded by other kids that are sick. It will strengthen your immune system. Those are the adaptogens and the phytonutrients, by the way. They repair and restores your GI system. So meaning, Emily, you're going to be more regular. 80% of people aren't even regular. That's huge. You're going to be more regular. Your digestion is going to improve, and you're actually going to be able to absorb the nutrients. So some of the superfoods that are in Shakeology are going to really help. Those digestive enzymes and probiotics are really going to help your digestive system and give you so many benefits. And the last thing is it's going to reduce chronic inflammation. And Emily, why that's important is because the number 1 cause of every single disease starts with inflammation, because inflammation destroys cells and damages your immune system. So whether it's migraines, eczema, heart disease, you name it, all these superfoods are reducing the inflammation naturally and killing off these things called free radicals, which free radicals cause disease. The nutrients in Shakeology are going to help reduce inflammation. That's it. It's going to build your immune system, restore your GI, and reduce inflammation. So you guys have had people in the past that drank Shakeology, and like all of a sudden they're like, wow, my arthritis is less. And it's not a miracle. It's just the superfoods reducing the inflammation. So you don't need to know one name of a superfood. Just know these 3 benefits. Know that it's going to give them all the nutrition for an entire day's worth for a low amount of calories. And it's replacing a meal that they would already be eating. So I share, Emily, look, Shakeology, it's not magic. It's just clean, simple nutrition made super, super easy. That $4 covers a meal, vitamins, and those superfoods. So what that means for you is you're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy, and your body's going to run more efficiently. Because you know what? You're not a nutrition expert, and it all can be really confusing. So don't worry about it. Just drink this every day, and your body will completely be covered with all the basic stuff that it needs so that you start feeling better. So finally, it's your business, guys, and you can set it up however you want. I personally always start with Shakeology because it's the anchor to your business. It's the continuity product. Again, there's no such thing as bad fitness, but there is bad nutrition. And we have the solution. We have something that makes it so much easier. Is Shakeology absolutely perfect? No, but there's really nothing that I have found that makes it more simple every single day with the results that you get. So my mission truly is to change and turn this huge obesity ship around in America and get people healthier, because that's why I started with Beachbody, was for that to happen, to truly change lives. To me, it's not about Success Club points and this and that, and all that's great. Trust me, I'm very competitive. But I truly want to change lives. It's not about that immediate success club point. So taking the time to share with someone how this product is truly remarkable and going to change their life, and then they become a coach and they duplicate that, that's my personal mission. That's my vision. And we have the best tools with Beachbody to give to people for that mission to be laid out. All you guys have to do as coaches is just simplify your way of sharing them. So practice several ways. Maybe watch this again, that beginning part on how I go through the cycle, and just share with people. This is, yeah, when they agree, that's what happens. Teach them why and where Shakeology fits in. And the $4 becomes totally a moot point. So create value. You'll broaden your market. Don't just pigeonhole it for weight loss. Give clear, simple benefits. You don't have to get into the whole thing. Just clear, simple benefits. Show the value in the price and how it's going to fit into their lifestyle. And promote Shakeology for the family and for long-term use. Like, embrace it and share it, because every single person truly, I feel, should be on this product. So that is it. Let's see, you have time. It's 10:40. Yeah, so we're just about done. I can take a couple questions if you want. But truly, that's it, guys. And I love this product. I really want everybody to be able to feel comfortable promoting it and talking to people about it, because there is nothing else like it, and it does make things so much easier and will be great for your business, for that strong foundation, so you're not chasing inactive coaches and rank and beating your head against the wall. So, all right, so that is it. What's your take on, I have not read the FAQ on the new vegan formula yet, so I don't know. I was going to do it today, and then I ended up doing this call, so I haven't got a chance to it. They won't ship overseas. What do you tell girls that are pregnant and nursing? Woo, lots of questions. Okay, Brigitte actually has a really good video on the pregnant nursing thing. Personally, if I had known about Shakeology when I was pregnant, I would have just drank it hand over fist, because that baby depletes so many nutrients. However, with that being said, you don't want to ever say an absolute. Say, you know what, my personal feeling is this, but you need to ask your physician, because that person may have something going on that predispositions them to something, and you don't want to be held liable. So tell them your personal opinion. I share Brigitte's video that she has, and then Brigitte, you're gonna have to share that video now in the group. And then refer them back to a physician. So what I would ask you guys is, my friends list is full. I have to go through and probably get rid of a lot of people, but if you want to follow me on Facebook, just hit follow me. I've also got a lot of nutrition tips and more detailed stuff about Shakeology in the back of the bag and what stuff means. If you really want to go there, you don't have to, but all that's on my YouTube, so you can subscribe to me on YouTube, and I got a lot of Shakeology stuff on my YouTube channel as well. So thank you guys very much for having me tonight, and I hope that this webinar was beneficial to you. And if you've got any questions, you can post them in. Actually, it's easier if you post them in the group, because then that way other people can learn as well. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great Tuesday night.